Hi, I would like to read an AITA post that's on somecars.com. I want to see what we could what we could make a comment on as far as the AITA post. Title is AITA for not giving my daughter who eloped cash for her honeymoon. My daughter Jane recently eloped with her partner of 5 years. My wife and I were excited when they were got engaged to plan a wedding, but she said she didn't want to rush setting a date or planning a wedding. This was understandable to us, and we didn't want to rush them either. But we let her know that we would contribute a set amount to her wedding when the time came. And last week she told me that she has an announcement that they actually eloped together because they decided they didn't want the big event with all the attention on it. That was a little disappointing, but we understood she's never been the type to want to be the spotlight, so while we weren't expecting it, it wasn't the biggest shock in the world. What did feel like a shock was when she assumed that we'd just give her that amount of cash straight up. She said she wanted to use it to take a month-long traveling sabbatical slash honeymoon. My wife and I told her the money we were prepared to give her was for a family event, not just for her to do what she pleases. If she didn't want a traditional wedding, that's fine, but we never told her we were just giving her say 15,000 for the act of getting married. We just didn't want her to have to spend a ton of her own funds on a wedding, and since relatives and family members would have presumably been there, we were happy to pay for it so she wouldn't have to. Two of my nieces have gotten married in the last couple of years, and it's a family event to us, not just about two people getting married. I mean, this has caused a whole thing with her saying that we went back on our word to her, but in my mind, we never told her otherwise. Um, we did say if she wants a second ceremony or slash family event to celebrate, but wouldn't be an official wedding, we would sponsor that. If she had asked if she eloped or had a tiny wedding, if we would give her some of it for honeymoon, we may have considered it. But it's hard to know because we were never given a request. I mean, they just went and did their own thing, which again is fine. I mean, AITA for not just giving her the cash we would pay. I mean, here's my judgment on it. Well, I, what I mean, seeing that other people have said that parents are not the butthole, I would have to agree with them. I mean it's their money. I mean that they're putting down for a wedding that they hope that would be a big event, and just I mean and of course the daughter ends up surprising the parents by saying that she she and her partner eloped, and now I mean and now they wanted cash for a honeymoon. uh, I mean I agree with what the parents said. I mean she she told she told them beforehand that she would plan, planning on like on eloping rather than just having a big ceremony with family involved. I mean, they could have given her something for her honeymoon. I mean, that that would have been reasonable, but she instead sprang it on them, and um, and the couple just hoped that parents would give them cash for a honeymoon. I mean, it does, however, make me think of an AITA post that I've heard by r slash one time about these parents that promise to give their daughter money for a wedding. It, I mean, and she ends up falling in love with same sex partner, and they were expecting the parents to fund the wedding since they promised that, but instead the parents went back on that and was saying that they're going to spend the money now on themselves, and I mean, in that case, the parents were the ones who really weren't upfront, because they, I mean, they should have said that if if the if if the if the wedding is going to be to opposite sex partner, then they would have no problems funding it. But if it was the same sex couple, then they would not be obligated to do the same. I mean, I know it sounds homophobic, but it's just something that the parents should have said to their daughter. I mean, instead of letting your daughter assume that money was going to go to a wedding, regardless of what kind of partner she chose for the wedding, and just in that case, the parents were buttholes. I mean, they did make a promise. They just didn't state up front what their promise entailed. I mean their expectations. I mean, and then he ended up springing it on the daughter when she and her partner were asking the parents that they could fund their wedding, and they basically said no, and that they were going to spend that money on themselves. I mean, of course, it's their money and they can do whatever they want, but you still shouldn't go back on your promise, and you shouldn't spring such stipulations on your children if they get married in a manner that's opposite your expectations. I mean, yeah, I was tempted to go with YTA for these parents who I mean we don't have much information as to whether whether your daughter's married to a same-sex partner or an opposite-sex partner. I mean, that part is basically left ambiguous. I mean, however, the daughter did end up eloping with her partner, and they were just expecting the parents to fund their honeymoon together, and it's like and the parents basically said no. This was promised for a big wedding event. This is not promised for your honeymoon. I mean, yeah. Maybe that should have been stated beforehand, but I mean, but I'm just going by the information that that's pretty much presented in this AITA post. So, well, I hope you have a good day. May God bless you.